So I'm just going to be direct with you. OlliOlli is essentially a 2D level-based version of the Tony Hawk games. The good ones, with very rough style problems that severely cripple the game. The concept seems simple at first. Make your way to the end of the stage while racking up combos, grinding on rails, and not wiping out. Otherwise, it's back to the beginning of the stage. There's 5 challenges in each of the 25 levels, and if you complete all of them, you unlock a promo to said level. On top of that, there's a rad mode where you must land perfectly to survive, a score-based version of each level, and a daily grind where you have one shot to get a high score on the game's leaderboard per day. And that's all the game's content. But here's where things get complicated. OlliOlli is not only a skateboarding game, at its heart it's also a platformer. And unlike most platformers where A or B is jump, A instead speeds up your player, and when landing you must keep your balance by pressing A the millisecond before you hit the ground. Otherwise your entire combo could be for nothing. So, how do you jump exactly? Well, that's done through a trick system. By sliding the analog stick or circle pad in different directions, you'll jump in the air and flip around in your little 16-bit skateboard thingy. To make things even more complicated, you can use the L and R buttons to do more advanced tricks, and also hold the analog stick to do more spins, but you risk messing up your combo. Ugh! You see, this is the first of the 3 main problems I had with OlliOlli. It intentionally makes you use an asinine control scheme to make the game harder. And no, you can't change it in the options. Because of this, you're gonna get freaking butterfingers for the first hour of the game, and it's extremely frustrating because the game essentially pulled a quap on you. It just really sucks because the gameplay has potential and I ended up loving the concept. But that's it, I love the concept, which is because of my second problem, the game's presentation. Now I'm the kind of guy who thinks that visual flair usually doesn't make a game, but OlliOlli really shot itself in the foot here because all the tricks look the same. Some are a little longer than others, but there is almost no discernible difference between these stunts, which makes the main mechanic of the game look extremely bland and repetitive. Not to mention the music doesn't fit in with the gameplay at all, and it all sounds like glorified elevator music. Some catchy tunes would have really motivated me to continue playing. And that brings us to our last problem. Overall, the game looks like crap. For a $10 game, there are only 5 backgrounds to look at, the main character looks like pixelated gunk, and the obstacles look like they were made for a Flash game. In fact, no, the entire game looks like an online Flash game. Even a giant robot in the later stage can't change my mind. That's when you know you fricked it up. Combine them with the boring stunts, and after a few hours, I just kind of played the game on autopilot because there was nothing interesting to look at. You're just timing landings right and farting out random combos because you don't specifically want to see any tricks in action, and that is truly a deal breaker for me. In conclusion, OlliOlli is a game with a good core mechanic, but horrible execution and snore-inducing visuals. The reason this game caught my eye was because it was one of the first Nintendo games to use cross-buy. If you buy the 3DS version, you can buy the Wii U one for free, and vice versa, and I can safely say that both versions are of about equal quality. Except for one major problem. There was a slight input lag on the gamepad and TV, and since the game requires such precise button presses, it's going to be infuriating and actually unplayable in later stages if you alternate between versions, killing the purpose of cross-buy in the first place. Maybe you can adjust, but I never really did, and it stinks because this is really more of a hardware issue than anything. But I'm pleased to say that there was a silver lining to all of this. OlliOlli 2, Welcome to Olliwood, oh god, that's a mouthful, has just released on the PS4 and PlayStation Vita, and oh my god, it fixes almost all my problems with the original. The art style is so much better, there's even more tricks with very flashy differences, they added branching paths, and the manual trick was added to further string combos and add even more strategy to the game. Sure, the control scheme is still a load of stupid, and I hear the Vita and PS4 also have the same delay problem, but after doing a bunch of research, it's gotten almost universal praise, so it looks like it's worth checking out. I just don't have any Sony systems, so I can't really tell you. Sorry. But as for the original, OlliOlli has okay gameplay, awful visuals, awful sound, and good length, and overall is an okay game. If you can put up with an awful control scheme, you can hopefully find a few hours of fun here, but I can only recommend it to fans of skateboarding games, platformers, and on a sale price because I really don't think this game is worth $10 with its pointless cross-buy, let alone $13 on Steam? Are you serious? And that's as direct as it's gonna get from me. God, $13, jeez. You can buy like 3 Subway sandwiches with that, or like 10 tacos from Taco Bell, or you know what, 13 McDoubles. McDoubles are alright. I mean, they don't have the same meat that the other double cheeseburgers have, but it's alright. It's McDonald's. I'm chewing gum now. Did I mention I'm a professional?